You can find it all across the internet that India is a hotspot for scam call centers. And there is another common question. Why isn't the Indian police investigating the tech support scams? This general perception about Indian police not working against scam call centers can be seen across YouTube and the YouTube comment section, but it is very much wrong. For a long time, National Fraud Intelligence Bureau (NFIB) of UK and Indian police has burst call centers in Kolkata and Delhi, and the call centers are raided by officers from the cyber division on the request of investigation by NFIB from UK and Microsoft. Microsoft came in because these scammers were scamming on the name of Microsoft support. Now we know that Indian police is taking steps. Later in the video, I will also tell you how Indians are also being scammed by these scam call centers situated in India. But first, meet Madan Ballal, a 45-year-old police inspector, and he has been bursting call centers one after the other because he hates that his country India is being portrayed in a bad light. He partnered with US authorities to crack down on scam networks in American areas such as California, New Jersey, Florida and Texas. So Indian authorities are working, but the problem is very deep and networked complexly, and Indian authorities face a lot of challenges. But why is India a scam call center hotspot? Just because the centers are in India, don't assume that only Indians are participating in cheating people from the West. Tony and Neil, a couple from North Homewood in United Kingdom, formed a company called Bearwire Limited and hired a call center in New Delhi called C-Zone Solutions to scam people across the globe. So one aspect of this fraud network is that foreigners use Indian call centers to scam people in order to make money. And these are the photos after Indian police raided those call centers with the help of Microsoft and UK police. Moreover, the call centers may be situated in India, but people from the UK, US, Dubai are also involved. For example, according to New York Times, a person living in Dubai hired few unemployed teenagers in Gurugram, India and began this scam. The reasons why this fraud activity appears to have thrived in India are similar to those that drove the growth of country's valid IT services industry after the early 2000s, when many American companies such as Microsoft and Dell began outsourcing customer support to workers in India, and the high proportion of English speakers in India kept labor prices low. For voice and tech support services, India has been the capital of the world, followed by Philippines and Brazil. According to figures provided by the Indian government, this industry generates about 28 billion in annual revenue and employs roughly 1.2 million Indians. Now we know the call center industry is very big in India, so it makes the problem very much complicated. Another major reason why the Indian police are unable to assist victims is because the Indian police are unaware about them being scammed. A person who is scammed in the USA must complete lengthy paperwork just in order to keep his case in front of the Indian authorities. This paperwork and process is a headache for a lot of people, and people don't want to miss their office just to fight a case worth $300. But when a Tom from California does not defend his case, another Tom from Texas is scammed again. Furthermore, even if the Indian authorities capture these convicts, they are easily released on bail because there are no victims to testify in India. And when the authorities of two countries are working together, it is very much time consuming. As we can take the example of NFIB from UK and Indian police that worked for almost 4 years to burst these call centers up. The Indian time zone is also very vital. The geographical region of India makes it feasible for scammer companies to call UK and US citizens during the daytime in India and US and Canada citizens during the night time in India. So technically these companies can function 24 hours a day with 2 to 3 shifts. Later in the video, I will also tell you how much money these scam call center employees and their bosses make. But let's look at how Indians are also being scammed. According to a poll conducted by Microsoft, which included 16 countries and around 16,000 adult internet users, 7 out of 10 people in India experienced tech support scam in the previous year. And up to 31% of the people who engaged in scam interactions lost money. This graph shows that Indians lose nearly 3 times as much money as the country ranked second, the USA. So not all Indians are bad. Mary Jo, an employee at Microsoft Digital Crimes Unit, said that citizens of India are the biggest target group for these scammers. Consumers in India who lost money to such scams in 2021 lost rupees 15,334 or $200 on average. However, 88% of those that lost money were able to recover some of it back, with an average loss of being rupees 10,800. Another popular method of cheating Indians also exists. Recently, Indians are cheated on the name of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which is hosted by Amitabh Bachchan. Scammers pretend to be from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire's team and demand an upfront fee to appear on the show. But it's all fake. Once you pay the money, they are gone. A 31-year-old homemaker from Mumbai was duped of rupees 3.85 lakh or $5,200 by a gang of cyber criminals who claimed they were calling from the TV show to tell her she had won a lottery of 55 lakh rupees or $90,000. They asked her to pay rupees 3.85 lakh as processing fee, among other charges. And now we know that Indians are also being scammed, so the Indian government has to put the protection of its people over the protection of foreign citizens. This is how world works. UK cops will promote protecting UK citizens over Indian citizens. Later in the video, I will also tell you the easiest solution to stop these scammers. The Indian police are unable to crack down strongly on these call centers because their strength is limited and overall number of cases that they handle is very big. And these are the same cops that must deal with the scam cases. According to a recent report, India is short of 500,000 cops. As a result, Indian police have limited resources and time. As I already told you that the call center industry in India is huge. A police officer from West Bengal, India said that because the majority of call centers in India are conducting legitimate businesses, it is very hard to identify those that are fraud. And there is also a very big language barrier, as the Indian police, especially the low-level officers, hardly speak or understand any English. According to one cybersecurity officer, in certain cases, the masterminds of the frauds have colleagues in US and the UK to assist them. But tracing these colleagues remains a difficult operation. However, we must keep in mind that not all police officers are honest, as one would hope in any country. Some police officers accept bribes in order to clean these scammers or make a poor case against them. Furthermore, the Indian legal system is extremely complex. There are 4 levels of courts: subordinary, district, high court and supreme court. It takes years to put people behind jail. And don't forget that these scam call centers can afford to hire the best lawyers. The scammers are experienced and educated to talk with an American accent, and they are paid well by their bosses, earning up to 55,000 to 70,000 rupees per month, with bonuses as well. But don't get me wrong, highly experienced and people who can speak an American accent can make up to 70,000 rupees per month, which is equivalent to around $900. But the new recruits earn around 12,000 rupees per month or close to $170. The bosses can make anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000 per month by scamming people. According to authorities, data about who to scam is frequently obtained or purchased over the dark web. In some situations, scam call centers would attempt to scam the same individual twice or even thrice, and different call centers will even share data and information on their potential target. Puneet Singh, an FBI agent who serves at the US Embassy in New Delhi, told New York Times scam call centers use all kinds of subcontractors. These include phone number sellers, programmers who create viruses and pop-ups, and even smugglers. Moreover, the constantly evolving nature of scams is insane. Recently, people are getting scammed for gift cards, which shows that this industry has its share of innovators. So what is the ultimate solution for this problem? As the police power is not enough, technology can help. Rob Enderle, principal at Enderle Group, a technology company, told Reuters technology can be employed to stop these calls and limit the ability to spoof numbers. And we can only hope that technology will put an end to these scams so that Indian police officers are not overburdened by scam cases and a single mother in the USA is not tricked out of her children's tuition fee.